see if I can get this thing to catch a little bit more off the bench. We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, good morning. Sorry for being late. Not really sorry. Went to bed late last night, so I had a long day. All right, we're going to work on putting a little bit of a mesh filter inside of that shape. I got a whole roll of that stuff. One might actually say a lifetime supply. Okay. This is my happy place. Working on the modification of a model. Always has been, always will be. Let's get these glasses clean. It's a little foggy. There we go. Better. We're going to rough the shape at 3 by 5.5. Yeah. 3 millimeter by 5.5. First things first, let's get a nice straight edge on this. Let's get some coffee inside. Do the same over here. Lutron keypad. To test that out later. Okay. Quiet morning. Not that I blame people if they want to sleep in. I want to keep this going for something 15 minutes. If nobody shows up, then I'll just kill it. All right. Hey, got people popping in. What's going on, Joe? Good morning. Sorry, I got caught in my blanket. Dude, you don't have to apologize. I get it. I slept in. I snoozed in a little bit. So not a problem, Joe. I totally get it. Might have got too narrow. Let's take a peek. It's Sunday, exactly. So sleeping late, not a problem. Very odd, no one here. Yeah, I started late though. It was like after quarter past. And I've kind of found that when things start late, um, people jumping in becomes lighter. It's just fine. Again, I'm not complaining by any stretch of the imagination. It's just it's the nature of the biz. Okay. And there have been times also, Joe, as I'm sure you're aware, people just got other things. Like I'm sure that Nick is probably recovering. Well, you're not standing. That is true. That is true. I could summon him, but I am at the point right now where I need less sanding to be done at the moment and more cutting. I'm cutting a little metal mesh to fit inside of that area. Thanks. Trying to get the general shape of this thing. There we go. Anyway, I like those mesh areas. I do too. I think they just add like I mean, right now it's just I could paint it all black, right? And then it's just you could just see the back of it, but just never looks right, right? So this just adds that little bit of a hint of realism to the area. Okay, we got the bottom of the teardrop figured out. Now we're gonna get the upper part. This is gonna get a little harder. So Joe, how was your Saturday? Hopefully it was an enjoyable one. It was okay. Sorry. Hope it wasn't bad at least. Friend's house, plays video games, walked around the house in my jacket. In your jacket? What, like, did you have an ascot on as well? No, my ascot's in the wash. Nice. I can just see being greeted by Joe, kind of like in his version of like a Hugh Hefner. Love Indian summers. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a lovely, lovely day yesterday, no question. We got I take it back. It was lovely until it became less so weather-wise, but it was really good. Nice warm sun, cool breeze. Yeah. Those are absolutely some of the best. I did a trail hike yesterday, which I'll fill in when a couple more people pop in. But at one point, I'm literally inside of almost like a chasm, high rock wall on one side and slightly lower on the other. And you're walking up this trail, and it was at points a pretty steep walk. But there was at one point this cool breeze. It was literally just funneling right down this chasm, and it was awesome. It just felt so nice, so nice. Yeah. But yesterday was just it was a good day for stuff like that. Okay. No. That's kind of it. Let's drop it in and see what happens. Of course, it might help if what I'm using isn't so magnetized. All right, general shape is there. I just have to trim back a couple spots. I'm gonna trim it right back there because it is almost there. Hoo-ah. There's a word in Japanese that explains the act of enjoying the wind blowing. Really? That's a word, huh? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Dummy. Keep forgetting that the tweezers, like, why is this thing sticking? Yeah, magnetized tweezers. Well, partially magnetized. Oh, so damn close. Just gotta get the length down. In fact, I could probably just push it right into place here. How much taller am I? Yeah, it's tall enough that I need to get it out. Cut some of the top off. Anyway, where are your rubber tip? I don't have rubber tipped ones. I've got ceramic tipped ones. What I like about these, just I've been using these forever. These were recommended by Child of Mecca 1,000 years ago now. They work great. They're losing some of their, I mean, I beat the shit out of them at this point. So they're losing some of their, um, like the rubber parts coming off. I couldn't care less. But more importantly, it's just how they're coming together is getting a little rougher, but they're still really, really good. They work extremely well. Okay. The bottom of this is done. I'm just going to trim the top part. Just continue to finally pull it back. File it down. File down the mesh. Let me see if I can show you. It might be a little hard because it is so fine, Joe. Let's see if I can get close to the camera. It's I don't think it's going to focus at all. It is so fine that if I try to sand it, all it's going to literally do is just bend the tines. And it's a good suggestion. I've tried that in the past with finer mesh, and that's worked somewhat, but you have to be really careful with it, right? It's in. I just got to glue it into place. File it down. Oh, the tweet. Yes. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Duh. Yeah, I could file those tips down. So far, so good. They're good enough. I'm not too complaining too loudly. But yeah, thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Yes, you are correct. Pardon my ignoramusness. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to CA glue that little piece in place. I get the mesh so really quick to melt it. Yeah. Oh no, not the. Oh no, the tweezers. Yeah, I get the mesh. So plastic mesh. Never thought about trying plastic mesh. I'm so invested. Well, I mean, no, you know how much? I think this stuff cost me $5 or $6. And this is a lifetime supply, and I got three patterns, opennesses basically to these things. Plus, I still have a coffee filter I've been using since. When did I first use that coffee filter? I think it was on the Destroyed Defender. Was it the Defender? I think it was the Defender. God, that's got to be. It's almost 6 years ago now. All right. So I'll pop that out. Not really. It's there we go. Gonna just slather some of this stuff in here. I remember you using that coffee filter. Yeah, I still have it. Joe, you may be like that guy who's been like hanging around with me for like the longest. Dude, it's got to be. How long has it been? God damn. What are we? This is 25. I returned to the hobby in 2018. May of 2018, I got onto Instagram. Hard to believe is that really 7 years ago? Shit. Just over 7 years ago. And I probably met you 6 years ago, maybe less. Oops. $2019. Yeah, that would make sense. Had some fun times, my friend. We've had some fun times. I have coated the internals of this thing pretty well. What I'm going to do is very gently place that piece in there and not push it in. What I don't want to do is have the CA flood up through it and then have obviously losing the ability to have that meshness. I think I saw somebody pop in. I apologize. I'll be there in just a second. All I wanted to do was just sit right on the surface. And there we go. Hey, Edwin. Good evening, my friend. How are you? Fall, I remember I just lost my job as pool attendant and started at Kroger. Oh, really? Wow. It's amazing how we remember things, right, Joe? All right, very quickly. And there it is. Just a little piece of mesh tossed in there. What I'll do is, once it actually settles a little bit, just pop it up a bit. Push it down a bit. Also going to turn it upside down. There we go. We're going to leave it just like that. We're going to leave it a little propped so that the bottom of that thing is a little level. We're going to leave it like that. Need to prepare that. Ooh. Edwin, I'm very sorry to hear that. Breaking out the shed. Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Edwin, I'm very sorry to hear that. Edwin, and please understand, I'm not looking to pry. I'm first of all, I'm obviously very disheartened to hear this. Can I ask what's going on? And if it's too personal a question, you do not have to answer. And how old is your father? Man. Yeah. As everybody knows, my rules are I might ask some questions that may not an individual might think is inappropriate, and the answer is you do not have to respond ever. That sucks. Need to tidy up the house a bit. The last thing I want is to lose important tools at home. Yeah. It's also something about cleaning the nest too, as things like that happen. Anyway, Edwin, I'm praying for him. I'm praying for him. All right. Let's do a hand cleanup. So maybe give it another till top of the hour, and then what I'll probably end up doing is, if nobody shows up, I might just do a little show and tell, just because I wanna. His blood pressure goes down and already topped off in the meds, and it is not rising to normal. He is 83. Oh wow. Quarter's voice. One thing I wish I did with my dad. Yeah. I'm fortunate that I'm the keeper of many of the videotapes that my dad made, as well as reel to reel stuff. And one of these days, it's going to be just breaking it out and just playing it. You know, my and Edwin, I apologize if this is now kind of deviating, but I think Joe brings up a very, very good point. I I think of my dad every fucking day, every day, and he's been gone now for was this 2016? So he's been gone now for 17 years, just over. Am I doing the math right? 16 years. 16 years. Um, and every day because I again both of my parents, but my father in particular, because of the stuff that I now appreciated about him, that I wish I could have just sat down with him and just said, "Damn." That's why I wish you were still around. I'd love to have conversations with him about the craziness that's going on in the world now. But yeah, Joe, good point. Ditto. Good point. Every day, you know, and I not to make this into a bit of a Thursday night thing, but when I talk about the things that I talk about on Thursday night, this isn't a my parents pressured me into, indoctrinated me into a philosophy. I observed how they lived their lives and the good that they did. They weren't perfect, but the good that they did, and I want to model that. I want to model that. My parents were imperfect. I'm just going to call they did a lot of things that I'm not happy about. But generally, the way they taught us to treat people isn't just say, you have to be this way. It's they showed by example. Mostly for the good. So, mostly for the good. So, remember those times. Anyway, everyone keep us posted, but I will be praying for him. Oh, shit. Hate when that happens. When your knife starts rolling and you're like, oh my God, where's it rolling to? Please tell me it's not going to roll off the table and stab me in the leg. He's unconscious on meds, but I have his photos in these past few weeks. That's awesome, man. Whatever it takes, Edwin. Just keep it right there. Keep it right there. It's past. Yeah. We'll table that for another time. I don't want to make this all about about me or anything like that. I want this to be let's just pray for Edwin's dad. Okay. Anyway. Whew. Yeah, sorry. Just now I'm kind of going into when I hear these things, of course, you're very sympathetic about what the person is going through. And of course it always brings up personal things. You know, it's interesting that, you know, the situation that our friends go through, particularly if we've been through something like that, how it brings up all the memories and emotions that we went through. All right, it's done. Uh, Anyway, so now I'm sanding. Maybe this will be the impetus to have Nick pop in. We'll see. All right, I gotta do some repair there. I think that gap filled. It seems shiny enough. With luck, it did. It is funny how BMC gives you these not inexpensive handles, or they don't give you, they sell you separately these handles. And I'm still riding like that. Now I get it, it's kind of the counterbalance type of thing, which I think is important, the weight. There we go. Thanks, everyone. I swear yesterday parents did a lot. My dad, geez, 69, World Fair, Vietnam, helped develop CNC machines, came to America, saw the kind of soldiers. Like, damn, Dad, yeah. Yeah, like, Joe, you bring up a really interesting point, you know? It's like, and I feel like I love everything that my dad did as well. Very similar situation to yours, did not fight. So I honor that for your dad. But it's like I think about that situation and it's like, fuck, these guys did a lot. I feel like, am I living up to like what they did? I don't know. Some days I feel, yeah, you know, not that life is about, the big things, right? To your point, Joe, my dad, the same thing. He came over here, built a life, helped a lot of people, worked on businesses, built a business, some shit. And I look at myself and I'm like, I'm working for a fucking AV company. Now, I would say my parents would probably end up saying, and they'd probably end up saying this to all of us here. It's like, you don't need to become like this big, doing these big things in their life, right? This is kind of like what I was saying earlier about remembering the goodness of our parents. My parents wouldn't be the people who are like, yeah, they would like us to live comfortably, more comfortably than they did. That American dream is shot to shit. But I think what they would want, if nothing else, is, you know what? Honor our memory and continue to do the good things that we taught you and leave it at that. You know? And I'm a, when it's my time, I would say the same thing to my kids. It's like, look, I don't give a shit what you do in your life. I don't care, how much money you have. I don't care how much, what initials you have after your name, or have you done anything glorious, or how many gold statues do you have in your house, or anything like that. None of that matters. What matters is what's in here, right? And continue to do right by those things that we showed you were right, by helping people out, by you know being kind, that kind of stuff. According to my dad's philosophy, he was feed anyone that comes over. Absolutely. Have to go for now. Already, Edwin. Edwin, my best to you, please. And again, prayers are out for your dad and the rest of your family, and of course you, my friend. So good luck, Edwin. Yeah. Great day, Edwin. Yeah. This is one of the especially now when you see like the lottery and everything like that, and look at all this money. I don't know. I'm just getting to the point where having having a little money just to pay off debt and everything like that is not a bad thing. I totally get that. But it isn't going to solve, any of the existential shit that's going on in people's lives, right? Having a lot of money, yes, it'll help defray maybe some angst and everything like that, but having a lot of money isn't suddenly going to make you like a better person. And by better person, I don't mean like doing good or doing bad. I'm just talking about it isn't going to make your life. I mean, I've seen people with a lot of wealth over the years, and it's like they're miserable fucks. It's like, okay, so you got a lot of money and you're still miserable. So, I feel, I don't need a lot. Let's just leave it at that. I'm happy with what I got, and I'm happy with what my parents taught me. I may file some of that down too. And that I can't tell if that is. Let's see. The amount of seam lines in here are just shit. And this one's going to be tough now to get into. I think I might have missed doing cleanup. Wow, I can't. I genuinely cannot tell if I miss. Again, I can't tell if I missed a bunch of seam lines. I think, or mold lines. I think I did, but because the plastic discolors, it is hard to tell. It's wicked hard to tell. Hey, Richie. Good morning. What's going on, brother? So I tried pickled turnip last night. Not bad. Needs dill. Anything pickled needs dill, in my opinion. What's going on, Richie? Oh, that one I missed. That one I can tell not just by discoloration. Richie. Nothing, just got breakfast and relaxing. It's drizzling out, which I'm not complaining about. Yeah. Yesterday I went to visit my daughter and I did a trail hike right beforehand. And I got there, still sunny, pretty warm, beautiful breeze. I was mentioning to Joe. And as I finished the walk and started walking to my car, I looked up, literally coming over the mountain was just those dark clouds. Picked up my daughter. We started driving into New Haven. And by that point, it had kind of unloaded. It was interesting. I just found a bunch of other metal mesh. Ooh, I love it. Actually, I got a place I can put all my metal mesh now. In fact, one thing I am going to do, I've been doing a terrible job of documenting. I'm going to start documenting. But yeah, last night when we were in New Haven, we got into the restaurant just in time. Clouds, I mean, the sky just opened up. People were standing outside. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry here for them. It just dumped. By the time we were done dinner, it was much, much better, thankfully. We got us some genuine Italian pizza last night. It was mighty good. What was I going to do? What the hell was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Remove this mold line that I missed on a phalange. Let's see. Nothing. Just Blue Sky or YouTube progress photos. I may actually try posting it on YouTube instead. I might do Blue Sky as well. But it's actually going to move all of this stuff down here. Just take a bit of a top-down shot of what I'm working on. There we go. I finished decaling. I got to tell you, up until a couple of years ago, it was always decals. What is decal? Fucking Brits. Finished decaling my MG and clear coated, so just got to weathering everything during this week. Nice. So it's pretty close to being done then. Pull that out. Just leave it like that. Or maybe, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. There we go. Decaling. Richie, what are you using for weathering? Can I ask? Well, I'm going to ask anyway. Richie, what are you using for weathering? I think you've used in the past, you use the AK weathering pencils. Got that. Let's see if I can get into this one. I can't tell if I got it, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I might try I might try posting a little bit more on like photos on YouTube. See, I don't know how good of a platform it is for stuff like this, but we'll see. AK weathering color stuff. I water it down so it doesn't heat up the plastic and the pencils. Yes. AK weathering color stuff. I water it down so it doesn't heat up the plastic. What's the weathering color stuff? Are you talking about like the different types of like enamels type of thing, Richie, or what is the I mean, I know about the pencils. And those you can just just add a little water to them and they do really nicely. I genuinely can't tell if I got it. One thing one can do, I always chisel away. Keep forgetting I can always use this as a tool. There we go. Now we'll pull up this. Yeah, the enamels. Yeah, you definitely. Ooh, what do you thin them down with? Because my understanding is that the any of the thinner that you use on that stuff is the same kind of chemical that's going to attack the plastic. Next week, and I will be sending out packages. You may be getting one, George. I have to find your box. That's very thoughtful of you. In fact, Joe, glad you bring that up because I've got something that I need to get out to you as well. Too big. Whoops. That might be why. Put the 0.6 and the 0.3. I gotta do same. Okay. I think I got it. If I can tell. Okay. I use distilled water. Oh, interesting. Wow. Never thought about that. Using water for thinning out an enamel. Theoretically shouldn't work, but if it did and it gave you what you needed, that's all that matters. In fact, it probably could create a very interesting effect. All right, that hand, I think, is done. It says as he sands something down. Oops. Somebody's unhappy upstairs. There we go. All right. That hand is done. All right, up online. Really interesting. Yeah, I got to give that a shot. That sounds really wild. Let's get this thing cleaned up. Yay, look at that. Parts not coming together well. Yay. I'd like to get the construction done on this thing in September, giving me October. I'm just kind of trying to get plans in my mind, giving me October to get the diorama built and start base painting. And I might start painting sooner than that. We'll see. And then in November, get detail painting and weathering done on this thing. Hey, Charles, what's going on, man? I am working on a maquet kit, adding. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do it this way. A little kitty pilot. That's what we got going on. Charles, what's going on, man? Guten Morgen. In fact, we're going to glue the head onto this thing too. Let's re-glue. Using regular water tap doesn't give you a good finish or something to still. It's better for some reason. It said I saw the before and after effects. That's cool, Richie. Thank you for that. I'm gonna give that a shot at some point. Yeah, because with Gundam, I know that the issue being that, I guess John Bias calls it the Bandai bug, which is that the plastic and the way it is finished to give those ultra tight tolerances has a problem with any kind of harsh chemicals. I have a kitty pilot in one of my PG kits. Think the Frosty Cat. Nice. That's kind of cool, Charles. When did you work on that? Ooh, kitty kits. All right, oops, that didn't work. Madre de Dios. Let's go this way. I love learning new techniques. There we go. And let's get some more black CA. I believe Starbond usually does a sale around, like everybody, right around the Black Friday kind of thing. And I will likely end up getting some more of their CA. And I might actually see if I can get a micro fridge and put it down here for stuff like this. Won it in a competition a few years ago. Let's just say he's got a few extra assets that definitely didn't need to be there, but they definitely are. And were they assets that you appreciated? Assets? That way people sand all parts and give them a good wash once or twice. Yeah. I don't even bother with that. Frankly, I'll just hit everything with whatever, and if it breaks, I'll just fix it. It sounds lazy, but it is good to hear that there are ways of thinning things that may make it a little easier. There we go. Hey, kitty, kitty. I gotta tell you, I just love the way that looks. Just love every little bit about it. More like a set of balls. Nice. Ooh, with one beer that will never be touched. Yeah, with all this new tech coming in, I think you need to start to think power supply. Yeah. Flame on. Charles. Let's put these things away. Excuse me. 500 pointy Q-tips for $10 off Amazon. Take my money. Yeah. I love that stuff. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it. I prefer to give my money to AliExpress than to Amazon. Yeah, I'll do a little. How many people we got here? 4? Theoretically. I might do a little show and tell them, you know what? For anybody who missed the show, fuck them, right? Ray, what's going on, brother? Oil drum less than 2 feet. That's Ray, and we use the term loosely. Ray. Yeah, fuck them. Exactly. Gotta start checking out AliExpress. Yeah. You know, especially if you're looking at doing like third-party stuff. I mean, that's the place to go. And in terms of like unique tools, you know, and I'll show you what just arrived yesterday. Real quick, I'll do a quick show and tell. I'm going to get back to sanding this stuff. I guess it's not working today. No, Nick. You see what John Bias is building? No, what's he working on now? Ooh. Unfortunately, I've been kind of tied up with a few things, but I'm going to try to follow John once the Vuelta is done. Get back into watching him because I miss watching him. So Friday night, I was gifted a very small kit. It is a 1/72nd scale Avro Vulcan B2. That is 1/72nd scale. This is the original Airfix model from 1989, and it includes, by the way, photo etch, notes on how to build the bomber bay. I've got a 1/144 scale version of this thing, which I may build instead at the new Great Wall hobby. Airfix introduced, they've also got like stuff like this. I don't even use like landing gear. First of all planes should be in flight. Just my 2 cents. Hey, Joe, sorry. We're carrying on donuts. I get made fun of buying every Sunday. Do you really? Why? It's an Air Cobra, but I figure close enough to get you PTS. Yeah. I'm sure it's not a special hobby. John was the guy who's like, for years has been saying special hobby is garbage, like hot garbage. And I used to and it's like, John, just build a thing. You know, I'm sure you can figure it out. I feel like I got to hang my head in shame and apologize to him. So here are the water slide sheets that come with it. This is bad. So if you take a look at like the registering of the water slides, anybody see a problem? Like this sheet will get tossed. He also included, this is one of our members, Peter Leggy, who gives like, I got the new version. I'm never going to build this one. Because our work uniforms look like the local PD, and you know how pigs love donuts. Dude, don't they always? Let's see. I just want to see if I missed anything. Did he ever send that book? What book are we talking about, Joe? So make sure I didn't miss anything. Right. I used to put donuts on the cop cars at my old job. And did they appreciate it or not? Got a bunch of cast resin, aftermarket parts. But here's the interesting thing. I mean, that's 1/72nd scale. I mean, that thing is tiny. In fact, I mean, when you compare it to say something like that's the same scale, right? So a couple things about this model is all the panel lines are raised. So this may be one of those things where if I work on this thing, and I haven't fully decided because I do have the 1/44 scale. If I work on this thing, I'm going to probably remove all those panel lines and just rescribe everything anew. But Peter was also looking at, because he drew on this thing, this is the difference between the B and the version 1 and the version 2. You see those lines there? The original actually had more of a straight wing, but the cool version has sort of this little S sweep to it. John's never published a book. The guy that you might be thinking about, who's never sent me his book, and I'm still waiting. It's fall. We'll see. That's Mike Rinaldi, RSP Studios. I got pulled over after spending lots of time in the desert while in the army, so my eyes were bloodshot. Got pulled over on the way home. The cop asked if I was drunk because of it. I asked him if he had donuts recently because his eyes were glazed. So, Charles, end up in the Hooskow because of that? Then find a hunter to let me hold their service weapon. Yeah, I wonder why, right? That's funny. Anyway, So I am now the proud possessor. I brought 2 models in that I donated for the show, and I got this monstrosity in return. Yeah. So this photo etch set, or at least that diagonal piece right there, is for the B1 version, which I would not build because the B2 looks so much cooler. I got a ticket, but fought it and was not charged. Yeah, there you go. Or George, if you don't get your book, I'll get the book for you. No, I gotta tell you, it's 3.5 years now. We'll see. And then I ordered a couple things from AliExpress. Again, every now and then, what I like about AliExpress, they'll pop up something that looks of interest. And so this is not a toy, as it tells me. I bet, yeah, there are a few companies of people. The shit lists on most come back. There's only 2 people right now, and one of them is on the fence. Rinaldi's on the fence. Let's put it this way: I wouldn't buy his stuff from him directly if it hasn't been published and available at a bookshop or wherever. I won't buy his stuff because I don't trust him. But he's been responding to emails, and he says he's shipping it soon. We'll see. If I don't see it next June, Mike, really? 4 years, man. Hey, Tom, good morning. But I've never had a problem with John Bias. Where does Nick live? We still have all those vacuum form kits to give him. I got something for Nick, and I'm also going to be sending stuff down to Chris Bernique too. He wants a bunch of the older kits. I got to start clearing it out. My garage is still pretty full of all these models. He has forgiven Wise Guys. It's just Karama. That is correct. Yeah, Wise Guys, they did good. They heard me out. They apologized. They took down information. So I'm in a good place with them. Karama Toys is still trying. I mean, now that one's now heading into 5 years. It was literally ordered right 2019, 2020. Yeah, right around when COVID was hitting, and they're like, "Oh, we can't ship it, but if you want it expedited, you have to pay more." Fuck off. It's not worth. I'd rather badmouth them and lose the $50. What's going on, Tom? I'll be helping you when I get up there. You'll be helping me with. Oh, by the way, we will be giving away a bunch of models. There'll be a bunch of free stuff going out, and we're going to be probably raffling off some of it as well. But here's the second thing that I picked up. This one I got from AliExpress. 1/72nd scale D9 bulldozer. I got this thing just looks so cool. If you're okay with it, I'll sort through all the stuff in the garage. If I'm okay with it, look at that. I think Tom wants some stuff for free. It's actually all been sorted. It's just a matter of distribution at this point. I've got more supply than I have demand, meaning that I can't bring 30 boxes to a meeting and expect to distribute 30 boxes worth of models. Wow. Like looking at that detail work. Just these companies are just getting really, really good. I'll help clear out those stuff. Tread on me, no siree. Tread on them. Exactly. So we're putting those on our shit list or on blast. Karama Toys I've already put out there, and I don't need to put anything more out there. I'll just anybody. Here's the thing. You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get figured out. And if anybody asks me, "Hey, where should I buy?" Avoid Karama Toys. You're gonna get burned. Oh, but they got something I've wanted. Find someplace else because, again, everybody's got their own experiences. This is my experience. So, anyway, one of the last Instagram posts I put out there, and I didn't want to do it. I don't like putting out bad notifications, but I did that one. Let's take a look. And then we'll get back to the CPUs. This came right before I headed down to Connecticut yesterday. And those it's almost like these are like early instructions or something like that, because that's the instruction sheet. It is about as plain Jane as you can get. Like looking at the box art, the same thing. Just line drawings. Never heard of Kurama. Oh, yeah. They'll all challenge your Rust capabilities. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Never heard of Kurama toys. Good time. Keep it that way. Yeah, exactly. Look, again, this isn't about... I'm usually like a pretty forgiving guy. It's like, but I don't want to see other people get burned. I got burned. Okay, shit happens. I just don't want to see other people get burned. Like, tracks are kind of mostly assembled. I mean, looking at like the details in there. It's insane. It's really good shit. Double decker. Yeah. Simple build, difficult painting. How I am too. I don't want to piss in anyone's Cheerios, but you do wrong enough. I'll shit in them. Yeah, again, I think karma comes back, man. Karma comes back. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there might be some areas where things will get improved. I think those are suspension bits. Those would get improved. But overall, yeah, this is it's fairly small. It's 2, 3 runners, a small clear runner set, and then I'm assuming this is just all the cab. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. How close are you to 900? Oh, not. Yeah, I'm not close to that yet. Nope. Best guess, probably around 805 or something like that. But again, keeping in mind that also includes models that I've completed. That's the entire collection. But yeah. No. But the Avro Vulcan, this one, I'm still not sure if I'm ever going to build. So this may end up being donated. Either raffled off or donated. We'll see. That's the I was gifted that on Friday by somebody who's got the new version of that, and the new version is a better model, like a clearly better model. It's not bad mouthing people. It's when they fuck over the wrong people and they find out that they want to kiss your ass. Like my buff Big Bad Toy Store. Oh, you've had problems with Big Bad Toy Store? Interesting. He's only at 99 and a half. That's right. It's the 1/72nd scale. It's the original Airfix. They've recently made a new version. They have a new molding of it, and the new one is much better. But it's also like over $100. It's like, I'm not going to spend that kind of money. So the guy who bought that one, he had the old one. He's like, here you go. I know that you're a fan of it. Like, thank you. But I've got the Great Wall Hobbies 1/144 scale version, which I think is a much more manageable model. Is a raffle at one of your events? It depends. Like if this one here, since I own, I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it in and donate it to the club and raffle it off, or I may just keep it here. And if somebody at some point, it's like, I need to get rid of this thing. Look, over the next few years, there's definitely going to be stuff that's just, I'm going to be getting rid of in my collection. I'm donating stuff all the time to our club. I shouldn't say all the time, but often enough. And I look at what I've got, particularly when it comes to 1/35th scale armor right now. I'm building less and less of that. I may just donate a lot of that stuff. Those Gundam Kun kits are fun. My kids told me. Oh yeah. Oh, the little Gundam. Yeah, they're all cool. I'm sorry, I refuse to buy from them. Yeah, build it. BTS is too expensive, so never purchase from them. I think I purchased from them once, Tom. He has to finish the Harpy first. You're gonna be below 800 soon. I'm working at it. And like I said, I'm also donating some stuff that just doesn't make sense anymore. It's not part of, look, we've all bought models that we thought we'd get to, and we're not going to build them. In fact, there's going to be probably at some point, like even some of the models like that I've assembled, like if somebody wanted to just, is okay with not building it, but wanted to paint it, weather it, put it into a diorama or something like that, I might get rid of some of that stuff. I'm thinking about it. I picked up a P Bandai something a while ago and I built it. And it's like, yeah, I just didn't really care for it. So, may end up being that thing goes away. Right now, it's basically, everything is saved. Well, everything within reason. Any extra parts did get tossed into the extra parts bin, but the core model is built. I'm still buying some stuff, but I'm being judicious. The last couple of shows that I went to, there was nothing I wanted. Take it back. I went to ValleyCon. ValleyCon was interesting because they had a guy who was selling old anime properties like old Orgus, Diaclone, Macross models. So I picked up a couple things from them. That was in the spring. But from other shows, even like last year, yeah, not a lot. That is gone because of our raffle events. Yeah. Get rid of the Red Zeta. What's the Red Zeta? Do I have a Red Zeta? I don't know that I do. That's fun. I just realized we can zoom in on the live. Those look like paper towels. What are we talking about? Are you talking about? Oh, they are paper towels. Hey, fellas. Why, hey, Kenneth. You're saying they will come. I'm standing. I'm standing really hard, too. I'm rubbing really hard. Nothing's happening. This conversation is going downhill really fast. So Ray, I hit the Sleeping Giant Trail yesterday. I did the Tower Trail, which is listed as being the easiest of the bunch, and it was, for the most part, it's an extra wide trail with gravel on it. It's pretty straightforward. But that uphill, whew, how many hundreds of feet they're climbing? Quite a few. With the spikes. Red Zeta with the spikes. Do I have one of those? If you say that I have one, I don't think that I do. What's going on, Ken? How are you? How was your Saturday? is gonna feel a disturbance in the force. I hope so. RC rock crawls up that almost vertical trail. Which one's the almost vertical? I'm planning on hitting more of those trails now that I've got my bearings. Dude, I will say it kind of sucked at one point. Was at the Glendy all day. Oh, that's nice. It's Pete Bandai and it's 1/100. I have it and I don't really want it. Okay. Sell it or donate it. Put it into a raffle. You know? Stuff with Yitos and Uzo. Really? Uzo. Ken, where was the Glendy? Was it at one of the churches or cathedrals? That sounds like it would have been fun. It's already built. I'll donate it to you. I don't want it. First of all, 1/100 scale. I'm not interested. But you could probably find somebody who would want it. And put it on a Prius in the parking lot. St. George Shocker. Yeah, St. George. Use it for spare parts. You could do that too. Or find somebody who's like, who just doesn't want it. I got the original. I was donated the 1/100 scale. I'm sorry, the original PG Gramps, the version 1.0, and it was somebody assembled it. It fell apart. They sent it to me. They're like, "Yeah, I'm never going to finish this thing." I was thinking of what to do with it for the longest time. It's like, I don't know. I've got only one 1/60 scale model that I want to build. And it ain't that one. So I may end up, finding a home for that one too, because it's like, I don't have any need for that model. I'm always looking for spare parts. There you go. Well, it's funny. So Peter's not on, but Peter showed us. Peter grabs all these different models and he looks at the runners and everything like that. And he just looks at them as what I can do with this stuff to kind of kit bash. So he's actually been having a little bit of a field day with some of the stuff we've had at our show from the Kirk collection at our monthly meetings, because he takes that stuff and he'll use helicopter bodies as struts for a racer, like a space racer. That's one of the cool things about a lot of these old models. You don't even have to build them as the old models. You can use them for spare parts. Fuselages to make, like I said, some kind of nacelle. This thing really is garbage. From long ago, one of the 3 alternative Zetas, I think it was gray, white, and red. God bless Bandai. So how do we take an iconic design and make 8 more models of it? Change its color, add a different weapon. Surprise! And we can sell the piss out of those models to people like Tom. broke one part of the crotch. Oops. Hate when crotches break. Yeah, the pilot's code name is Red Snake. Is even funnier. It's colored yellow. Yeah, Shin Zeta. You want the red Zeta? Jeez. Telling you. The ability for companies like Bandai to do stuff like that. Look, they're not alone. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Hasegawa does it with their limited release stuff. And then, of course, you've got the whole concept behind, Magic the Gathering. That's special. May just have to do some. Sorry, guys. Kind of frog in the throat today. Just. Yep. This thing really is hot garbage. So I think Ken is probably still recovering from the Yitos and especially the Uzo. Ken, I should ask actually. Do you have a preference towards Uzos? What kind you like the more? And do you like Uzo or do you like Raki more? I'll take it to display it on my shelf. You may just need to fix the crotch. I'll just give it to you. Doc. Are we laughing at the crotch fixing? No preference. As long as it's Annecy flavored, it doesn't matter. Well, thanks, Tom. I'm a big fan of that design. Not me, no. Charles wants to see crotch repair in action. So whoever gets that kit, please make sure to include Charles in the repair. Just where and when you want to grab it. Yeah, I may have to go pick up some. Now that Ken brings it up, it's been a while. I don't generally like hard alcohol, but every now and then, it's just the memory of Uzo. Scheisse. Or if you're going to pack on. Richie is not going to pack on, but some of the goons are, so you might be able to do it that way. Maybe you can give it to Clint. I'm sure Clint will get it over to Richie. I don't know what you're talking about, Richie. Tom didn't give me anything. Yeah, give it to Diggs. Not this year, but I'll send you my info if you want to mail it. I'm in NYC, so can just meet up. Yeah, give it to Diggs. Be outside of Lunar Toys. Yeah, there you go. A couple boxes for you. They fell off a truck. Yuck. This model is yuck. I mean, it's fixable, which is good. I mean, it's like the one difference between this thing and that special hobby POS. I mean, the majority of the stuff here I can fix, and I want to fix. The Error Comet was just a travesty. In fact, Friday night, there were some additional special hobby planes in 1/72nd scale that were on the part of the Kirk collection that were put on the table. It finally got to that box, and somebody picked them up, and I looked over at he had like 2 or 3 of them, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, Rue, you're gonna have a horrible time, dude. Good luck." Lunar is a dangerous place for me. They just opened up a card shop across the street from Lunar. I'm fucked. 2 rabbit holes. Yep. That they will start buying the battle cards exclusives in the model kits. Really? So to give people a taste. So while you're buying one drug, we're going to give you a taste of the other. Bandai. Smart people. All right, this is done. Just want to take a look to see. What the fuck is that thing supposed to be? Okay, it's not a whippy thing. Can't figure out any of this shit. Okay. All right, this is ready to go. Yeah, they don't want to damage the cards. Right. Right. Jeez. There's some plastic damage in here. Of course, it's exposed. Sorry, guys. Let's check the manual. RTFM, right? RTFM. That. Okay. Jesus, man. Sorry, guys. Jakey been doing good with playing the game. He won the second place Friday at the local. Oh, that's cool. How's Jake doing? Is he's still in college, right? He pinged me a while ago and seemed to think that everything seemed to be going good for him, which I'm happy for. Jake's a good kid. That's cool. Next time you see him, please tell him I said hello. Hello. Oh, you fucker. Oh, that's nice. That's going to get bored. Okay. So, because there's a bunch of stragglers here, you stragglers. Yeah, he in college still, and he's doing good. We're talking little brother of the group, and I will. Nice, thank you. So, you guys who came in late, I did drop in a little piece of mesh inside of that, just to give it a bit more depth and texture. This one here, interestingly enough, is similar, except if you take a peek inside, let's see if you can actually see this. Takes a peek inside. Oh, yeah, you can actually see it. See, you can actually see there's an injection pin mark right inside. Yeah, maybe you can't. That's okay. I'm going to remove it. Don't know how yet. What time is it? Yeah, 03. I'm going to go for about another 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to call it a session, guys. I know he works part-time at the Benihana. Oh, does he? Oh, that's cool. Good for him. Whatever it takes to make the money until you make the money. And balance the later space. Have a great Sunday. Remember, keep your stick on the ice. Joe, take it easy, brother. Thanks for being early here. I appreciate it. Joe kept me entertained for like the first, 45 minutes. There, Joe. It was pretty quiet early on. But Joe, do good, my friend. Every part has a nasty mold line. Every part. All right. So now, what do I do in here? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I think we're going to take a page out of Plasmo's book, just get a small bit in there, start boring out. Yep, we're going to do that. Let's get a bit, bore out. Moto tool. Let's watch everybody bail. I'm out. See ya. I will not be using my God hand bits. That's for damn sure. Wondering if I should just snap up the virtue. Are you virtuous enough to do so? If you are, I would say go for it. Ooh, that one. Best bucket. Fuck. All right, let's check something out here. I mean, I picked up a fuck ton of collets here. Let's see if any of these will fit. Something tells me I've tried this and it didn't work the last time, because something tells me that these things are of a different size. They missed it by just that much. Yeah, I can tell right now. God damn it. This motor tool is really cool, except it is limited. And I guess I could try to find collets for it, but it is interesting. It just seems like they're not universal. Yeah. So basically you'd slide a collet in, but this one's not going in. Lovely. So those things are useless as tits on a bowl, which means I'm now limited to what I have for bits. Okay. There's Pardon me as I'm losing my mind. We visit the American Air Power Museum. And where is that? Grab some photos of the A-10 there for reference. Go for it. Dude, that sounds like fun. When are you going? And are you taking Emma with you? Let's try something here. I don't remember if I tried this one or not. Farmingdale. No, it does not fit. Nope. Same size. Something tells me this is not going to work out very well. I don't think I've got a collet small enough to support this. Fuck. Kind of sucks. I mean, I could break out the Dremel. I think I can use the Dremel on this. Let's pull that out. I mean, this thing is a pig. But if I can get the collets to work in this, then life would be good, right? Let's find out. Well, what do you know, Joe? They fit. Ooh, they're tight. Why is it that there are no standard sizes? I mean, am I just being an idiot here? No. Why can't we standardize on some things? Why? Oh, why? I'm fucking done with this thing. Don't need that container. I sure do. Of course. Are you too big too? No standardization. None. Unreal. So I have no way of boring out anything. So my collet set that I got, and none of the, sorry, now I gotta pry this fucking thing out. None of these things are designed to be compatible. It's like I think this is called a shank. I could be wrong. I mean, they're all different diameters. My Dremel has a different diameter. And this beast has a different diameter. Yeah, and significantly so. So ridiculous. These are useless at this point, but okay. I'm going to try anything once. You need to standardize either metric or imperial. Just standardize in general. Yeah, 100%. Let's see if this threads on. No, that doesn't thread on. Wanted to see if I can get this adjustable head on here. I'm going to change it over to the Dremel to see if it works. I've got a pin vise that has an adjustable head. Let's see. I don't think I have enough of a threaded body here to do so. No. Nope, not enough of a threaded body. So stupid dumb shit. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. You know, it's like your bits. Like, you know, a lot of, and this is why I like the God hand bits in general when using them for hand tools. But like your bits on these cheap bits are all like different, you know, the shanks are all different sizes. It's designed to work with either an adjustable one or a complete set of collets. Okay, great. Anyway, okay. So now I got to figure, I'm probably going to have to do it by hand, which is fine. Just don't know if I can get enough speed going to be able to bore things out, but we'll give it a try. Let's do it by hand. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. We're going to try. Yeah. Another couple more minutes and then we're done. As I'm guessing people ain't interested in watching this shit, and I don't blame them. And the one thing I could do with something like this, I could do a little damage to it, which would be kind of fun. But I might wait till I get to the full assembly and then do some damage. So, Tom, you going to go or not? The other thing, Tom, if you wanted to, I'm sure Farmingdale's probably closer, but if you come up for PatCon that Saturday before, it's literally on the drive up. You could stop off at the Bradley Air Museum, and they have an 810 there as well. The New England Air Museum. I'm sorry. Try again. They don't have a Bradley. They have a Warthog. They have an 810. I don't know what I just said, so hopefully I clarified myself. Okay. Yeah, the New England Air Museum has one. They got a lot of really, if you've never been, if you want to try a different museum but still see an A10, they have one there. Pretty sure you said behind Bradley, which is the airport in front of the museum. You're good. Yeah, okay. I think I said the right thing, but I couldn't tell. But they do have one there. I took a bunch of pictures of it myself. Now I just got to get myself a Bradley. I mean, I got to get myself an A10. God, I'm spacing out here. I think I need more coffee. How much coffee? Oh, I don't think I've drunk enough coffee. Plus they have the minimum on display separately. Do they now? Anyway, they got a lot of good shit on display. Okay. So we are going to take this off. I have to start peeling everything off of here now. Everything that is theoretically done and stuff that needs to get done. We're taking the sub-assemblies off of this model. So I can actually glue the halves together because you got this massive seam line right down the middle. Scale, do you want to build Bradley Airport? Massive. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. I'm just clearing out some space. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up on this and call it a session. Just going to take all this apart. There we go. I have no idea what just fell off, but frankly, I don't care. So we'll glue the cockpit in place afterward. I have to straighten that out a little bit. We'll see. Take that off. Let's take the legs off, which I think are just, yeah, good. And then the hoses, I'm going to redo the hoses. Because I hate those hoses. Okay. So now with this, it's going to run a bead of glue through this thing and bang it together. Everything else here, I think, should be all set. Yeah, let's do that. When enough on 144 planes, you could make a model museum. You could. Ray, refresh my memory. They have a, was it the B-25 that's there? That big Strato, whatever the fuck it was, that big ass plane. I'm terrible with plane names, by the way. Terrible with names in general. B-29, yeah, which is a fabulous looking plane. That was spectacular. Okay. Okay, just gluing this whole thing together. I guess I could use tape to hold it all together, but I'm not going to. I'll just put my finger into the glue. B-29 in flight was nice. That'd be kind of cool. Where'd you see that? The VS-44X Cambion in civilian hangar is the only example of 3 built by Sikorsky. They have some really unique pieces of aviation. Yeah, some of that stuff that they have there. They have, obviously, they've got a replica of the GB Racer. Yeah, they got a lot of good stuff there. Had a good time when Ray and I walked that place a few months back. A really good time. Okay. And that, my friends, is that. We're going to leave that be. Go from there. All right. So very slowly but surely, we're gluing this thing all together. It's all coming together. I like some of the mechanicalness there. That's kind of groovy. Oh, great. Injection pin mark. Have to clean that out. In fact, that will do now. That we will do now. Are you in Warm Bay? When we went, they did. They were so nice to us. We went and looked inside the plane. It's kind of groovy. They don't do that for anybody. They look at you and you say, "You look like a big loser. You probably want to see the inside of this thing." And the answer is, "Yes, I do." Are you kidding me? Let's moto. Always ask a docent. Worst they can say is no. Exactly. Any chance I can do that? Well, not today. Okay, no worries. Next time. Yeah, okay, sure. That reminds me, I need to renew my membership. Reminds you. Good. That's a good place to have a membership app. It's so damn convenient for us New Englanders. I will say I've learned a few tips along the way thanks to Plasma. That was one of them. Using a motor tool to go in there and do stuff like this is huge. Huge, I tell you. That just made life a lot easier. Not that anybody's going to see underneath this guy's skirt, but in case they do. In case they do. All right. With that, my friends, I think it is time for me to mosey on out, get the day started. Okay. Tomorrow, we'll just continue with cleanup on this guy. And there's cleanup on this guy. There we go. Okay. Perfect. All right. So with that, everybody, thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Good low-key morning. I love it. A lot of stuff's getting done on this thing, which I'm happy about. And we've got a long way to go, but it's going to be, forgot the other one, but it's going to be a fun ride, I think. Just got to get through the shitty workmanship on the molding on this thing. It's not a great model, but in the end, we're going to do what we can to make it something kind of cool. Later, Ken. I think Ken is still recovering from his Uzo binging last night. Later, Tom. Have a good one. Guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Just, make somebody's day better than it is, right? Because it's just we seem to be wanting to denigrate people, put them into a terrible place. How about instead we brighten people's lives, right? Anyway, I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day, do good, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.